It all started 3 weeks ago.
We should build the whole intro with cardboard.
It was a very crazy idea, but we all, this means Kirsten, Steph, Andy and I, love Game of Thrones, and with the upcoming very last episode, we wanted to say thank you to the creators for all these years we have been entertained with this amazing show. So we started creating indoor rooms with very nice light effects, and look at that, look at the shadows. And we started building all the castles, all the different buildings, although we knew, like this one, Winterfell, that they would be only on screen just for like 2 or 3 seconds, and we would work 3 weeks on all of them. We agreed very early on that we also wanted to show all the names which are included in the show Game of Thrones, to highlight them as well, but also to represent every one of these names, although we knew that there are many more people involved. We had to come up with different crazy techniques like this one from the throne itself. Kirsten built it. Steph did an incredible job on the castle from King's Landing. He started very small, and after the weekend he returned and said, "Hey guys, look at that, I built the whole castle." I think his girlfriend complained, "Oh, my boyfriend is playing with cardboard all weekend long." This is the mobilette. We had to come up with this idea in order to get all these rings moving last hard. Some of the not so important locations we created in 1 or 2 hours. The floor, the ground looked like newspaper to me, so I started painting all the floor. And after placing all the different trees, the whole scenery got to life, and it was such a pleasure to watch whole Westeros grow. These letters were very important for the right look, because in the real intro you can always see these letters which are saying this is Winterfell, for example. Some of the indoor buildings were quite difficult to create. This one is the tunnel, for example. Most of the indoor buildings Andy created. This one is the one Steph created. The very long tunnel with the lights. And it was just a pleasure to see how everyone came up with different solutions and which actually worked. Well, most of the scenes don't really look smooth, but we were amazed when the very first shooting day had arrived and we started shooting. This was our first big scene, going through the wall. We were a little bit discouraged because it was so difficult to get the timing with the camera, with all the names. Steph just broke the set, so we had to do it again and again. This scene, I think we did 20 takes, maybe, and we ended using a mobile phone because it had the best look for this scene. I remember right at the beginning I thought it would be funny to make a one take only for the whole intro, and after we finished now all the different scenes, I know how crazy that would have been. But there were also really good ideas right at the beginning, like recreating the tree on Winterfell with our hands, and we knew we had to include that, and it worked pretty nice, although I was lying on the ground maybe for half an hour, which was very cold, and then it rang and we got sushi break. This was the very first scene indoor Winterfell shooting, and shooting outdoor was way different. Now everything was very narrow and we had to get the timing right. Every gesture created friction. It was very difficult to operate in these tiny cardboard boxes. The mobile. Well, it was again all about the timing to show the different images and to rotate it the way it should be. As we already had the castle, Steph created the whole scale from King's Landing had to be huge. And the main problem was to get everything onto camera, because it was that big. And we also ended using the footage from a mobile phone, because the lens was the one with the most wide angle perspective. The tower is coming up, and everything is opening and rotating, and it should really look like the one from the intro, from the real intro from season 8. This was the genius idea. Andy created the dragon puppet. The whole project took us 3 weeks to complete. All the shooting we completed on 2 days, and this was the very last take. Let's watch it one more time with the making of combined, so you can see how we did all the different scenes.